The African savanna does not choose sides. It offers no mercy and no forgiveness, only conditions. Heat, distance, scarcity. Every creature that lives here survives by responding to pressure. And when that pressure intensifies, even the most feared predators are forced to adapt or fail. Across the plains, food is never guaranteed. Rain may vanish for weeks. Prey may migrate without warning. And territories that once sustained life can suddenly turn barren. This is when conflict begins, not with aggression, but with necessity. Lions are often seen as symbols of control. Their presence reshapes the landscape around them. Other animals retreat. Silence spreads. Fear travels faster than sound. But fear does not fill stomachs. When hunger lingers, authority weakens. Muscles lose strength. Decisions become slower, heavier, more dangerous. The savanna remembers these moments. Because it is during scarcity that dominance is questioned, not by challengers seeking power, but by reality itself. And somewhere beyond, the tall grass movement stirs. Not fast, not loud. Predators are shaped by what they endure. Lions evolve to overpower. Their success depends on short bursts of absolute control. When conditions favor them, they dominate with precision and confidence. But this design has limits. High energy demands mean frequent rest. Failed hunts drain strength. Injury lingers longer than hunger. Hyenas are built for a different world. Their bodies tolerate exhaustion. Their minds prioritize coordination. They function not as individuals, but as systems, flexible, reactive, persistent. Where lions require opportunity, hyenas create it. They travel farther. They wait longer. They adapt faster. This difference is not a flaw. It is a response to an unforgiving environment. Hyenas do not seek confrontation immediately. They observe patterns. They learn routines. They notice when confidence slips and when vigilance fades. In a world ruled by unpredictability, information is power. And information spreads quickly through a pack. Each call reinforces awareness. Each response tightens cohesion. Together they form a moving pressure that reshapes behavior without striking. This is not intimidation. It is inevitability. Territory is not just land. It is memory. Every familiar path, every shaded resting place, every watering route represents safety earned through time and experience. For predators, surrendering territory is never a simple decision. It is a loss of certainty. Lions understand this better than most. They patrol not out of habit, but out of necessity. Familiar ground allows predictable movement. Predictable movement conserves energy, and energy is survival. But the savanna does not respect familiarity. As conditions shift, pressure accumulates quietly. Prey becomes harder to locate. Hunts require more effort. Recovery takes longer. What once felt secure begins to demand more attention. This is when endurance matters. Hyenas begin to appear more frequently, not in confrontation, but in proximity. Their presence stretches time, forces vigilance, demands reaction. Every glance costs focus. Every response drains strength. The lions remain capable, dangerous, unmatched in direct combat. But this is not direct combat. This is erosion. The longer the situation persists, the heavier the burden becomes. Holding ground requires constant readiness. And readiness is expensive. In the wild, survival is often lost not in moments of violence, but in hours of restraint. Conflict does not always announce itself. Sometimes it arrives, disguised as patience. Hyenas advance without haste. Their movements are measured, deliberate, calculated to provoke reaction rather than resistance. They adjust position shift angles, alter distance, forcing attention without inviting retaliation. This is strategy refined through generations. The goal is not to strike. The goal is to destabilize. Lions respond through posture and presence. They display strength to reaffirm control. But every display requires energy. Every adjustment interrupts rest. The imbalance grows. Numbers begin to matter not because of force, but because of continuity. Where one predator must pause, another replaces it. The pressure never fully disappears. This constant engagement reshapes behavior. Lions hesitate longer. They reposition more frequently. They conserve when they should assert. These micro-decisions compound, the savanna observes, because in nature hesitation leaves traces, and traces invite opportunity. Change rarely arrives with warning. It begins with a single miscalculation, a step taken too slowly, a response delayed, an assumption that conditions will remain stable. The hyenas recognize the shift immediately. Their movements tighten. Coordination sharpens. What was once presence becomes intent. Sound fills the air, not chaotic, but synchronized. A signal spreading through the group, reinforcing certainty. The lions feel it too. Control requires effort now. Every action must be deliberate. Every moment carries risk. This is the point where strength alone no longer decides outcome. The savanna does not favor persistence blindly. It favors adaptation. And adaptation sometimes means release. When ground is yielded, it is not defeat. It is recalibration, a recognition that survival demands flexibility. Hyenas do not celebrate. They do not pursue recklessly. They advance because pressure succeeded, because the environment allowed it. After the movement fades, the land settles. No boundary is permanent, no victory absolute. The savanna absorbs every encounter and moves forward unchanged by outcome, yet shaped by consequence. For lions, authority is cyclical. It rises, contracts, and returns. Strength remains, but its application evolves. For hyenas, survival is continuity. Not dominance, but persistence. Not conquest, but adaptation. Neither path is superior. They coexist because the environment demands variety. Because balance is maintained through contrast. What appears to us as rivalry is, in truth, cooperation through opposition. Each challenge refines behavior. Each retreat preserves life. Each adaptation ensures continuation. This is how ecosystems endure, not through stability, but through constant adjustment. And as long as pressure exists, the savanna will continue to decide who thrives, who withdraws, and who learns.